give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks.
What's up, guys? What is good? How's everybody doing? Oh, man. How's everybody doing today? You guys are awesome. And I wanted to go on the rant about Saquon Barkley. Figure everybody wants to talk football. Wait, how the Eagles played against Dallas. It's Victory Monday. Everybody should be pumped how this game went. We dominated Dallas Cowboys, and it was awesome. It really was. It was a great game. Kenny Pickett, I told everybody I don't like Kenny Pickett. I thought he would can't throw the ball. He can't do it. He can't throw it past 10 yards. Kenny Pickett was proving me wrong. And you know, like I said, he proved me wrong on this. He played really good. In the first, he didn't. In the first quarter, Kenny Pickett just showed me what Kenny Pickett was going to be. I was worried about that. I was worried about what Kenny Pickett was going to show us. In the first quarter, it did not look good. You know? But we didn't use Barkley in the first quarter. And I mean, Dallas had the ball the most of the time. CJ Gardner with the interception, pick six, kept put us in that game in the first quarter where everybody was down. But that was a great pick. It was a great. That was a great pick. Then Kenny Pickett stepped up. I mean, he was really good. I mean, he was throwing some bombs. You got to give it to him. I always say, I'll knock somebody, but I also give him the credit when he needed it. What is up, Grega? What is good? What's up, hardcore? Turns out he's yeah. What's up? What's up, Mitch? Long time no see. Yeah, so if you guys want to join, I guess let me see if I can do this. I'll give you the link in the chat, I guess. I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to try it. Nope, that didn't work. What the hell am I doing? No. No, it won't do it. Damn it. Why ain't it doing it? I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I'm trying to get the link to you guys in the chat. So in case you want to jump on and talk Eagles. But yeah, Kenny Pickett did good. I was wrong. And like I said, me and Blaze were talking in the chat. MVP of the game was Kenny Pickett. He was lighting it up. But you got to give it to Barkley. It's a Philly thing. What is up? What is good? So, yeah, it was a great game. Defense played awesome. I mean, we had 4 turnovers against Dallas. We had a great game. But, I've seen a lot of comments on Twitter, on ESPN, uh, Rex Ryan, and people saying Saquon Barkley should not go for the record. You should sit him. That's a Hall of Fame record. You're telling me you're going to tell somebody to sit the fuck down on a Hall of Fame record? I don't agree with it. I disagree that you're telling somebody to sit the hell down while they're trying to get a Hall of Fame record. I mean, this is a gold jacket time for the man. You're watching somebody get a gold jacket in this. You know, he gets a whole, yes, and we swept the Dallas Cowboys. There's the link, guys. Anybody wants to jump on, you can. And talk, so you can come in here and talk sports. Almighty, what is up? Almighty, I want to play my starters. Listen, freaking Barkley breaking an all-time rushing record. Hell yeah. It's no guarantee if you sit Barkley that we're going to the Super Bowl. It is no guarantee if you sit Barkley. You know what there is a guarantee? He breaks the all-time rushing record. You guys, hey, the people haven't seen, you know, the greatest running backs in the league. Eric Dickerson. You know, all greats. How are you not want to watch the greatest shit here? I don't get it. You guys are comical. Oh, you should sit them. I'd sit the best player and not watch somebody become a Hall of Famer in front of our eyes. This is what's wrong with the people these days. Just go look at the stats and say, oh, well, he's a 2,000-yard rusher. If he breaks his record, wait, Saquon Barkley becomes a Hall of Famer. That's the problem. You're watching Barry Sanders in front of your eyes. Walter Payton. You're watching the new generation become irrelevant. You don't have to go back 40 years and talk about something that's happened 40 years ago. You got it now. And you boys want to sit them. You guys are crazy. Be pumped. Be happy. Listen, I'm telling you now, and I'm being honest with you, telling you right now, he could be playing for Kansas City. He could be playing for the Rams. He could be playing for anybody. This is the biggest thing right now. Because you cannot, if I bench Saquon Barkley, right? If we bench him, there's no guarantee we're going to the Super Bowl because we benched Saquon Barkley for half of a game. It doesn't make any sense. You bench somebody for a half of a fucking game. Guys, I put it in the chat. You guys can tune in if you want and come at me. Come at me. I love it. You know, we won. We won our division. We swept the Dallas Cowboys, and we're about to sweep the Giants. This is phenomenal football the Eagles are doing. But there's no guarantee. No damn guarantee. There's nobody in this chat can say there's a guarantee we got the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl if we sit Barkley. There's no way in hell you can tell me that. You can't tell me we might lose the first playoff game. But you know what we're losing? What's happening now? The guy that deserves a gold jacket, you're watching it right now. If he breaks the record, he gets the gold jacket. You're watching it. You know what I mean? It is just you're watching a Hall of Famer in front of your eyes. There's young people here that never even know who Eric Dickerson was. LaShawn McCoy didn't even know who the fuck he was. This is what's happening. People don't know who he is. These running backs today don't know who Eric Dickerson is. You probably don't know who Bo Jackson is. You're watching the greatest. Why would you not want to play him? Let him break the record. Why? Why do you guys not want to? Listen, if somebody was breaking Jerry Rice's record, you don't think I'm going to want to watch that? If he takes one game, why wouldn't I want to watch the greatest thing on turf right now? It doesn't make a bit of sense the way people are. It don't. Oh, money. Hell yes, I would start him, buddy. Oh, yes. Yeah. I would definitely, if I had any say, I would definitely start him. Yeah, it's a Philly thing, Eagles. NFC East champs. Hell yes. No pause in here, Mitch. Hey, you might get him. You need a coach. I mean, like, listen, it's the biggest storyline too, Almighty. This is a storyline in the NFL. The Giants let Saquon Barkley go. You heard them say on Hard Knocks, oh, he has too much. He's been hurt. And he's not going to be the man he used to be. And he's fucking dominating. You know what I mean? But you're watching the greatest thing happen in front of your eyes. And people are wanting, like Rex Ryan, don't want to see it. Well, let's talk about what happened 40 years ago. Let somebody break the record now. Let's not talk about what Jerry Rice did. Let somebody come in here and break his records. Let's watch the greatest people that in my time sits there. You won't see nobody break Saquon's record in 50 years. He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's going to be in front of your eyes when he breaks that record next week. Don't sit his ass. People are like, well, you know, you're out to win every game. Well, don't sit the best player that in NFL history is going to be in NFL history books. He's going to be in the history books if he breaks his record. History books. For the young people, you can say, hey, I watched that. I watched Saquon Barkley break Eric Dickerson's record. Because guess what? It's going to take another 50 years for somebody to break that record. Quit yelling at everybody, Blaze. You know me, Blaze. I've been up since 4 a.m, so I'm just yelling about how come I keep on seeing it all over on TikTok. Nobody wants to play Barkley, and it's pissing me off. Hey, I put the link in the chat, Blaze. You can jump on. Anybody wants to be in the chat, I put it in there. You can come hang out with me and talk. The link is in the chat. Yep. Barkley's only 101 yards away. Let him break it. But you're watching a Hall of Famer in front of your eyes. You know what I mean? This is what I mean. Like, you're watching history in the making. And there's people out there like Rex Ryan that says, "Oh, sit him." There's no guarantee if I sit Barkley that you know if I sit Barkley that we're going to the Super Bowl. Why? You can watch a Hall of Famer in front of your eyes, or do you just sit there and hope that we get to the Super Bowl? Because we sat Barkley. There's nothing telling you that you are sitting there going to say, all right, we're going to the Super Bowl because we set Barkley. Is there a chance that he gets hurt? There's a chance everybody gets hurt. He could be in a car right now, drive into the store and get in an accident and he's hurt. You can't stop that. You can't stop that. You can't predict the future. You're not Nostradamus, anybody. You're not. He can be driving to the store in his car and get in an accident and get hurt. Uh, there was a lot of Gregor Dickerson. I watched him. He was good. He's great. He is one of the great ones. You know, Emmitt Smith was a great one. Emmitt Smith played with a dislocated shoulder, one arm tied. He wrapped his arm around his body and ran with one arm. That is a gold jacket player. That's a Hall of Famer. You never seen somebody with a dislocated shoulder sit there, wrap it, and say, I'm playing. Emmitt Smith was a great player. And he's a Dallas Cowboy. I want to see the greatest out here. It doesn't matter if it's Barry Sanders. For Barry Sanders, he retired way too early. Barry Sanders would have broke everybody's record. You know, I mean, this is where it comes from. You want to talk about old time and who's the best running back? Right now, Gregor, you know who the best running back is? Saquon Barkley. Give it up to him. If he plays, it's a gold jacket for the man. It is. I'm telling you now. I'm doing good, Nick. I'm doing good. Little ticked off at ESPN. I gotta stop watching it. Because my blood's boiling when I watch ESPN. Good morning, wake up, and they're just not realistic. You know what? Listen, I never saw a running back in Eagles history that ran for 2,000 yards. So it's phenomenal watching him, and I'm glad he's an Eagle. Thank you, Giants. Thank you. Thank you for being so stupid, Giants. And I said this. I said this in the beginning of the year. You're going to see the Giants GM, the head coach of the Giants, get fired in the making when they put it on Hard Knocks. Put that shit on Hard Knocks. They're fired. They're gone. Giants will get rid of them guys. Want to know why? Because you got rid of this dude. You got rid of a Hall of Famer in 1 year. Our offensive line, everybody knew it. Our offensive line was going to make him, he was going to have an outstanding year. And that is incredible to be watching a Hall of Famer in the making. This is what I love about football. This is what I love about sport. When you're watching a Hall of Famer in the making. There's a lot of young people out here that don't even know who Eric Dickerson is, or Barry Sanders, or Walter Payton. You don't know who these great players are. And you'll go, well, why is that guy in the Hall of Fame? Another thing is, it's not just Saquon Barkley. It is the offensive line. This is how the offensive line gets an Hall of Fame, guys. the way. This is how, oh my God, you see how great friggin' Lane Johnson is. You see how great uh, uh, all the friggin' the line is. Then they go, all right, and without that line, Saquon Barkley don't get it. Our offensive line coach, it makes his name even bigger. This is bigger than just Saquon Barkley. Even the Eagles, I mean, the offensive line should be like, let's get it for them. But it makes me look better too. It makes the offensive line coach better. It does. It really does. This is how they get the bigger names. This is how you know how great your team is. Breaking this. Yeah, Robert, I'm going with this. I am doing the Sixers live tonight at 10. I'll be doing it. Blaze, it's a sure thing if Barkley breaks the record now. And to be honest, if he breaks the record, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But there's no guarantee, Blaze. There's no guarantee in hell. You can tell me if you bench Barkley that we're going to a Super Bowl. Why don't you want to watch the greatest? Why don't you want to watch the greatest? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Blaze. Why don't people want to watch the greatest thing happen? Why don't people want to watch the greatest thing? You guys, I mean, I'm telling you now, it could have been. Barkley could have went to any team. And I swear to you, I would be here saying the same thing I'm saying to you guys now. I'm saying I will be saying it all. It didn't matter if he played for Pittsburgh Steelers. It didn't matter if he played with the Dallas Cowboys. It doesn't matter who the man played for. I'm an Eagles fan. I haven't seen a freaking running back run like him. I mean, LaShawn McCoy, hell of a running back. I was hell of a running back. Like, dude, this is a different level. This is Barry Sanders. Everybody talked about. You young guys that want to know how Barry Sanders looks like. So Barkley run. That's Barry Sanders. Bo Jackson. A lot of people don't know who Bo Jackson the frig is. Bo Jackson dislocated both legs out of it from his hips, running so fast and so dominant. I mean, this is just like you're watching the greatest. I don't understand what people are seeing, not seeing. Nick, we'll be able to stream tonight. I'll give you the link and you can jump on when we do the the basketball game. I'm streaming, Nick. If you want to jump on, I'll give you the link. But yeah, I'm like, this is what I love so much about sports. But it doesn't matter where. Like, this is my thing. I don't care who he played for. I want to watch the greatest. You don't see me saying when Jerry Rice broke the record and how great he was that I never want to watch him. I want to watch him. I want to watch the greatest. I want to watch, oh my God, I remember when he broke that record. I want to watch the greatest ever. And right now, I'm telling you all now this. It's going to be another 50 years if somebody breaks that record. So what's that tell you? Let him break it. Let him break the record. Why don't you all want to see the best thing out there? And that's just wrong for friggin' these analysts on ESPN. This is what drives me crazy. That's why I got to stop watching. And my blood pressure gets up. for the stupid comments that they say. You go sit him down, give him a cookie. First of all, there's just way too much involved. Almighty. I mean, like, this is what if. This is the problem. I don't think it's going to be a what if. Or, I mean, if he don't break it, then he don't break it, Almighty. But what you're watching is you're watching domination. You know what I mean, Almighty? You're watching. What if we don't go to the Super Bowl, but we sat Barkley? We look like an idiot because we could have got. Maybe we could have got the Russian record. But what if? I mean, this is the problem. Everybody's going to go, what if? What if? What if this? What if that? What if freaking Barkley gets in an accident right now? I mean, you can't say that kind of stuff. What you can do is you can sit back, watch it, and say, yo, I watched Saquon Barkley break Eric Dickerson's record over a 40-year-old record that nobody can ever get to. Ever get to. Look at the people that could not catch Eric Dickerson's record. Now, a lot of you are going to come at me and say, well, he did it in he had more games to do it in. And I'm with you. But you know where you lose it at? He's going to do it in less carries. He's going to do it in less carries. Yeah, McKee played awesome. It's a Philly thing. You know, he played awesome. 2 touchdowns, yeah. I mean, it was funny that A.J. Brown threw his ball in the stands. But you know what? A.J. Brown fixed that shit. He went, I'll give you my jersey. Give me that ball back. This guy's not even going to, you don't know how good he's going to be. But he's like, I'll give you my jersey. That's awesome. It's a Philly thing. That's awesome that he did that. He went and signed the autograph. He did that. That is awesome. It's praise that A.J. Brown that he went and got that ball back. You know what I mean? That was awesome. Like I said, everybody, I put the link in the chat. You can jump in anytime you want. But yeah, this is the thing. Like, I want the best. If you're looking at it, hey, if there's a friggin' guy to break friggin' the most tackles in a year, and I don't care who he's playing for, don't you want to see that? You guys got to get. This is where the man, this is where the boy becomes the man, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer in front of your eyes. I'm just saying, he's going to be a Hall of Famer in front of your eyes. I mean, this is what you need. This is what people need to watch. In case anybody wants to know, yes, it's an eagle. This is how the domination goes. You know what I mean? I am super pumped at this. I am super damn pumped. And like I said, you're watching a Hall of Famer in the making. You really are. You're watching a Hall of Famer in the making. You got to let him play. And for people that are saying, bench Jalen Hurts, no. If Jalen Hurts can play, you play him. You let everybody start this game to celebrate what Barkley's about to do. Jalen Hurts, you got to let him play to start. You got to let him play because he missed a couple of games. But you got to let him play to celebrate this. This is a big celebration. This is a big, big celebration. This is awesome what's happening. And I don't get it. I don't get what somebody fans are like, well, Barkley might get hurt. Listen, I can't, first of all, I don't think like that. Who thinks like that? I mean, do you go, when you go outside to the grocery store, do you think, hey, I'm going to slip on the friggin' steps and break my neck? No. You're like, I'm going to the store. You don't think I'm going to slip and get hurt? But, not going to. You can't predict the future. You can't say, if I said Barkley, I go to the Super Bowl. You don't do that. A guy that has the chance to become a Hall of Famer, a first ballot Hall of Famer, you do not take that from him. You just don't. You just don't. You're watching, for the young kids, you are watching history in the making. You're watching history in the making, and it's awesome. I just don't get how the ESPN people and friggin' Skip Bayless and everybody wants to sit them. Why do you want to watch? You're not want to watch history in the making. I don't get it. I would love people to tell me why you don't want to see history in the making. Yeah, Smith was friggin' fantastic. Philly thing. Dude, like, we got A.J. Brown. Look, watch the block A.J. Brown puts on people when Barkley goes by. Look at Devontae Smith. They're phenomenal. And they're doing with backups. Nobody, listen, I don't like Kenny Pickett. Like an MVP. He got the MVP from me in that game. He got Kenny Pickett. He was doing dimes. He was doing dimes. Devontae Smith should have got 3 touchdowns. But you see him, he thought he had enough room to get by, that he had enough room to bring in that he could just take a chill pill and not take off. And he went a little sluggish on that wall. They stopped him at the 1 yard line. But even the tush push works. Even with Kenny Pickett. Yes, Mike, you start the offensive line. This is the reason why, Mike, you're watching history in the making. The offensive line, the whole offensive line, into this position. This is how offensive linemen become Hall of Famers, Mike. You allow everybody to hear this on. You let everybody hear this on. You let everybody float about this. And it's the biggest storyline, Mike. The Giants, get rid of them. In the first year, with our offensive line, we all said it, Mike. You said it. I've said it. Everybody in the chat said it. He's going to dominate. He's breaking a 40-year record. You give the offensive line their props because they're the one that's doing it. They're doing the grunt work. They're doing the hard shit. This is why you give him this. You got to give it to him because guess what? The offensive line coach, it makes him look way better. He wants it for himself. He wants it for the offensive line. The offensive line should go sit there and play freaking, what was that damn game movie? Rudy. No, I'm not playing the freaking Barkley's playing. You know what I mean? You're watching a Hall of Famer. Why do people not want to watch the history being broken and friggin' a dude getting a jacket? This dude is about to get a jacket on live TV. It makes him a first ballot Hall of Famer. Better than Barry Sanders. Better than anybody you can, better than Eric Dickerson. Because guess what? People are going to say, like I said, everybody's going to go, hey, this is what's happening, Mike. He's going to go, well, he had to do it in more games. No, he did it in less carries. Look at the carries. It's phenomenal what he's doing. It really is, guys. What's good, Nick? Nick with the super chat. Thank you, Nick. Happy New Year. Appreciate that. Mike, don't you? I think you gotta start everybody so they can celebrate too, Mike. Because I mean, Jalen Hurts, offensive line, you know what I mean? But I get it. You gotta start them. You're watching a Hall of Famer in the act. AJ Brown had a great catch, man. The only thing, AJ Brown had that awesome catch. If he could have got that 1 foot in, dude, that one-handed grab was fucking awesome. AJ Brown, once again, he's phenomenal, and everybody's going to try to stop him, and he's just a beast. Devontae Smith, how fast he is in his route running. Give credit to friggin' Devontae Smith's route running. You know what I mean? His route running is friggin' awesome. You're definitely right. The Eagles, the freaking backup quarterback, the third string quarterback, lit it the fuck up. You are right. And we beat the hell out of Cowgirls. And you're definitely right on that. I mean, we showed domination. And this is awesome what's happening with the Eagles. Can we go to the Super Bowl? Hell yeah. But, people are just not seeing it. I don't get it. You guys are watching history in the making. Mike, you're never going to see it again, buddy. You're never going to see the record be broken ever again. Me, you, we'll be dead. It's going to take 50 years for it to happen. It's going to be taking 50 years. It's going to be never broken again. Never. It's done. Stick a fork in it. It's never going to be broken. This is the thing. I get your 50-50. I get everybody wants to play devil advocate. Well, he can get hurt. I understand that. But man, this is Hall of Fame. This is Hall of Fame shit. When people say how great Barry Sanders was, how great Eric Dickerson was, how great Bo Jackson was, this is it. You should be pumped. As an NFL fan, you're watching history. You can hate the Eagles all you want. Don't hate the player. He's becoming a Hall of Famer. I don't care where Saquon Barkley would break this record. He is breaking a record that's never going to be broken again. I'm not going to see it. I'm never going to see it. It's going to be done. It's going to be If Barkley breaks the record, it's going to be his, and that's it. But he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. When he breaks the record, right then and there, he gets 101 yards. Just imagine a gold jacket on his back. It's an eagle. But just imagine the gold jacket on the man's back. You're not going to see it no more. I'm telling you guys. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. I definitely will. Yeah, Michael Parsons. That was funny. Michael Parsons like, well, gee, if we didn't give up them 5 plays, then it would have been a different story. What plays? The plays that freaking Barkley ran 167 yards on your ass? Or the 5 plays that freaking from between Kenny Pickett and friggin' McKee launched the ball at your ass. What? I mean, like, you didn't get to our backup quarterbacks. Parsons, what the fuck are you talking about? What did you not see? You couldn't even get to our backup quarterbacks. Our offensive line cut you down. Yeah, I seen him. Like, I laughed. I'm like, see, this is stupid shit. Yeah, it's a Philly thing. CJ Gardner balled. That pick 6 was awesome. Then he had that other pick. Here you go. CJ Gardner, he makes $500,000. He broke. It's one of his bonuses. People are telling, oh, that's great that CJ Gardner got his bonus. But everybody else telling Saquon Barkley, sit your ass down and don't collect your $1.5 million. Let me take money out of your pocket and say, hey, go sit down. That's another thing. Like, yeah, he had a good fumble recovery. Hey, you know, there was a lot of people. Jordan Davis stepped up. The only thing, even Jordan Davis stepped up. Yay. I mean, Kenny Pickett with that fumble, but Barkley had the fumble recovery. Man, that put me in panic mode. I don't know what that was on him, but that put me in panic mode. But like, and when we was watching, man, like, we swept the Cowboys. Swept them. We're about to sweep the Giants. I know a lot of people will say, hey, you know, you got to play. You play the game to win. But I mean, and this is what happens when you play the game to win. Like the Giants played the game to win against the Colts. Now they got the 4th overall pick instead of number 1. But they're trying to need a quarterback. Dallas sucked. They really, really sucked. Yeah, Billy Ding, Dallas friggin' Michael Parsons. I don't know what he was just trying to be friggin' acting like they weren't out of that game. They were irrelevant. Come on. Listen, when your defense holds somebody to 17 points, that's a good defense. You hold them to 7 this game. And then when they were at home, you held them to 6. That's great. That is awesome defense. Dallas Cowboys could not get 10 points on us. That's great defense. The blitzing that we were doing. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. I mean, that's what we're doing. We were playing great football. It was great all the way around. Yeah, you told me he timed you out, Mike. Look, that's the guy. That's the guy. He's depressed that his team got spanked. It's hard. It's hard for somebody to go in there and say, "Yo, you got swept by us. You got beat like a redheaded stepchild." You know what I mean? It's kind of hard for people to go like that. They get their feelings hurt. I mean, people, but then again, my team's winning. And I'm pissed off, Mike, because ESPN people want my guys to go sit on the bench and not celebrate. No, you're not doing that to me. You're not doing that to the Eagles. I'm going to bring and put everything in check. The people that say you're going to put them on, people our guys on the bench and not celebrate, right? I'll put you all in check. Yeah, combined Philly thing and combined 75-13 combined in both games. I mean, like, come on. This is a great thing that's happening with the Eagles. And listen, I told everybody I do not like the bend but don't break defense. I don't like it. But I said the key thing was we missing is the blitzing. Vic Fangio is blitzing. I didn't like Kenny Pickett. Said he can't throw over 10 yards. I want him to prove me wrong. I enjoy when somebody proves me wrong. I love it. Prove me wrong. Let him prove me wrong to my face. And he did it. I mean, he wasn't good against Washington. He had a great game against Dallas. First quarter, the Eagles did not look good. You got to admit, the first quarter, the Eagles did not look good. People got nervous. You gotta admit that. You know what I mean? You just got to. But the way this has been going, man, it's awesome. You should be bring out the fucking brooms. It's Victory Monday. And y'all should be pumped. Y'all should be pumped. It was a great game. We dominated. But gotta keep it. If Jalen Hurts is okay and he's out of concussion protocol, you gotta play him. You definitely gotta play Jalen Hurts. He's been missing. He's been out of the game for 2 games. That's 2 weeks, not practicing. You got to keep him in there. He has to get back into the swing of things. You got to play Jalen Hurts. But everybody plays. Just for a half or a quarter. But celebrate what Barkley's doing. From the offensive line coach. And this is true. From the offensive line coach to the offensive line to Barkley to Jalen Hurts. This is a victory. I mean, A.J. Brown isn't part of it because of the blocking. The tight ends are involved in it because of the blocking. Devontae Smith in the blocking. You got to give everybody's part of this. But you're watching history in the making, everybody. Greg, I want to play the Commanders. I'll take the Commanders. I'll take the Packers too. It don't matter. I'm not scared of no one, Greg. I do. You know who I don't want to play, Greg? I don't want to play Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay has their number. You throw Tampa Bay in that one, I'm be worried. So hardcore. So 94-1, right? They had a poll, sit them, and it was more sit them than go for it. And I just disagree. When I'm watching a Hall of Famer in the making, a first ballot Hall of Famer, people say he's a Hall of Famer no matter what. That's not true. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer if he breaks the record. You know? But because they said, and hardcore, this is why they wanted to, what you call? They want to sit them because they think they're going to win go to the Super Bowl and they don't want to get them hurt. Well, you got to play through. You got to play the playoffs. So if he was hurt, and you wanted to sit him because he's hurt, and you want him to heal, I understand. I do not understand if you got the greatest running back that's about to break a Hall of Fame record and sit him for nothing. It's not just for Barkley, though. It's for our offensive line. It's for the friggin' offensive line coach. It's for that running back room. They're watching history in the making. Really think I hope he wins us a Super Bowl. I really do. Like I said, if he's out of concussion protocol, play him for a half until Barkley breaks it. Hey, Barkley, you guys might do it in a half. He might do it in a freaking quarter. You don't know. I'd like to see I'm not hardcore. Are you scared of the Packers? Are you scared of the Commanders? I mean, it don't matter to me. It really don't, hardcore. I'm not scared. Hey, listen, everybody laughed about the Vikings. When their quarterback got hurt and they went Sam Donald, look at the Vikings. The Vikings are good. They got a great running game. The Vikings are fucking playing great. This is what you got to enjoy. Embrace it. Look what the Vikings are doing. They got hurt. Lost their quarterback for the year. You don't see the Vikings throwing it in the towel. You didn't go say, "Oh, sit my guys." No, they're playing. They're going to play the last game. They're not sitting nobody. Detroit had a great year, but they're hurt. They're not sitting nobody, and they're playing the Vikings. I mean, you're watching history in the making. You guys got to realize you're watching history in the making. I mean, you don't see Kansas City, you're not going to see Patrick Mahomes. And you don't see them going, well, Patrick Mahomes might get hurt, so we're going to sit him. You don't see that. You don't see that on other teams. They're going to play. he's going to play for a half, but he's going to play. Like that's what boggles me. Other teams don't go sit your greatest players. No, they play for a half. Then you get sacked. Patrick Mahomes is going to play the last week. You don't see nobody else saying sit Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the league right now. You don't see him sitting there saying, well, they need to sit Patrick Mahomes. No, Kansas City, no. Kansas City, no. We're not sitting Patrick Mahomes. He's going to play a half, and that's it. Craig, once again, it's Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. Patrick Mahomes is an outstanding quarterback. I mean, no, I don't. I think it's going to be Kansas City. Everybody, I just think it's going to be Kansas City. And guess what? You don't hear Kansas City fans saying sit Patrick Mahomes. And he's hurt. And he's damn hurt. Because you know why? History in the making. Hey, if we play the Packers, it doesn't matter who we play. It really don't. I'm not scared of the Packers. I'm not scared of the Commanders. I'm not scared. We'll be fine. It doesn't matter. If you said Tampa Bay, then that'll worry me. Yeah, we gotta play. We gotta play. Listen, you don't see like I said, you don't see Kansas City. You don't see Kansas City going to sit their starting quarterback. You don't see Buffalo going to sit their starting quarterback. Josh Allen is going to play of a game. You don't see none of these other guys, other teams saying, oh, sit down, sit down, sit down. You're going to sit Barkley? Really? You're going to sit Barkley, but you don't hear nobody else saying, oh, you guys sit Josh Allen. You guys sit all these great, all these great people. You don't see anybody saying sit anybody, but you say sit Barkley. Does that make any sense? Oh, he's about to break a record. Sit him. You don't see Kansas City sitting friggin' Patrick Mahomes. You don't see Buffalo's going to go sit their friggin' starting quarterback. You don't see that. What's up, Vic? What is good? Like, where is the common sense that people got? The only thing is they're all saying sit Barkley. It don't make sense. It don't. You don't want to see history in the making? What is it? So, Rob Ryan, I don't know what you're doing. Wait, stop that stupid shit. I hope he sees this. I really do. I wish you could see this stupid shit that he says. You didn't say go sit friggin' Buffalo's guys. You didn't say go sit friggin' Patrick Mahomes, the greatest quarterback right now. You go, oh, Barkley about with the record. Let's sit him. It's okay. We got this. You only got 2,000 yards. There's 9 people that ever got 2,000 yards. I think he's playing, Vic. I think he's playing a quarter or a half. You don't see nobody saying it. I think I seen it somewhere. He is playing for a quarter or a half. You're watching a Hall of Fame record being broken. That's the thing. You're watching the Eagles offensive line and the offensive line coach and this team. It's not just Barkley, everybody. It's not. It's just not all about Barkley. It's more than that. The Lions, they don't have to win tonight. They're gonna play the Vikings, Mike. No, the Lions have to win tonight, Mike, and then he had to play the Lions at the uh last game. I mean, not the Lions have to play the Vikings, and it's between them two. But the Lions do have to win tonight. Yes, they had to win tonight. Let's go sit the starting quarterback for the Lions. Greg, I'm fine with that. Let him break the record and take him out. That's great. That's fine. But don't tell me a gold jacket, you're going to take a gold jacket off of somebody's back because you feel that he is going to be, you're going to take the Hall of Fame away from him because of what? Let's not break that record and become a Hall of Famer. Let's not do that in front of millions of people. What the fuck does that mean? Like, and everybody, listen, Eric Dickerson say, and everybody's going to say in the comments, you're going to say, well, he had to do it in one more game. He did it in less carries than Eric Dickerson did it in. It doesn't matter how many games he plays, it is less carries. You have to look at it that. Circle the carries because he's going to do it in less carries. Greg, if Jalen Hurts is at a concussion protocol, he must play a half or a quarter. He has to get back. He's been missing 2 weeks. You don't need him to miss any more weeks. You can't sit there and say 3 weeks, all right, we're going to the playoffs. You'll be fine. It doesn't work like that. Like I just want everybody to know how great this team is and what you're watching with the Eagles. I mean, you got to be super pumped all the way around from the wide receivers. What this is going to happen. Literally, Mike, I agree. The record's going to be broken, but it ain't going. If Saquon don't break the record, Mike, it ain't going to be broken for a long time. You want to know why? Because it's more of a passing game than a running game, like back in the day. And me and you, friggin' watch football. It was more running than passing. Now it's become more passing than running. So if Barkley breaks the record, it ain't going to happen for another 50 years. Another 50 years, guys. This is what it is. Listen, another 50 years. And I say, I don't care if he played for freaking the Detroit Lions. I don't care who he plays for. You're watching history in the making. Vic, I get what you're saying. And a lot of people are saying the same thing you're saying, Vic. Nick, he can go on it. He can walk down his steps, slip, and get hurt. He can get in a car accident. You never know. People want to see. People want to see this happen, and it's a hall. You're taking a Hall of Fame away from them. Like I said, anybody, there's a link in the chat up there. You guys can jump in anytime you want. If you want to come in, you can. But if you are telling me to sit a player that has a chance on national TV to become a Hall of Famer, and like just the biggest storyline, do it against his team, his ex team, and say, hey, they told me I wasn't worth it anymore. My knees are shot. I'm done. And he's about to break a 40-year record in 1 year. This is why you don't sit him. The Hall of Fame show. This is bigger than anything right now. This is the biggest story in the NFL. Yeah, Mike. But I totally agree with you. Let them break the record. It's a Hall of Fame shit. You know what I mean? It's Hall of Fame. You should be pumped. Nobody has seen an Eagle player running back get freaking 2,000 yards. This is Hall of Fame. It's bigger than big. You don't sit. You don't sit a Hall of Famer. You don't. You don't sit a Hall of Famer. He's about to break a record. You're going to tell him, hey, I'm going to tell you to go sit down, not get your bonus of a $1.5 million. And then I'm going to tell you to go sit on the freaking bench and you're not going to get a chance to become a Hall of Famer in one game against a team that didn't want you no more. That said, you are not worth even a draft pick. They said your knees are shot. He's doing backwards jumps, hurdling over people. Does this look like a guy that is not friggin' that is hurt with his knees? And oh well, he has this injury. He has this injury. Watch the Giants. The Giants do it against the Giants. I wanted this all year long. Give it to me. It is the greatest story in the NFL. Greg, I'm freaking. Listen, I've been up since 4:00 in the morning, yelling about this. It's 4 in the morning. I am pumped. What is good, Vic?
I'm just gonna say this right now. I just think he should be benched for this week.
What's that?
In my opinion, Barkley should be benched. I don't trust him getting injured, and you guys losing him for the playoffs.
And you're right, Vic. A lot of people see the same way. I get it. Where'd he go? Vic, you just left? You could have stayed on, Vic. You should. Let's talk about it. I just slipped on a banana peel. I mean, he can, Mike. I mean, listen. Vic, I wish you would stay on. I really do. It's like Jerome Bennis. Vic, when you watched the bus, did you go and say, hey, bench him? No, you're watching the bus break records. You know what I mean? Vic, you should stay on, brother. You should stay on. I get everybody. Listen, everybody is the same thing. I understand yous. I get it. You don't want him hurt. But guess what? He can get hurt anytime. But first of all, this is a business. It's about the money. $1.5 million. You were telling him to go sit on the bench and just make $1.5 million. I'm going to just turn into $1.5 million. I'm not going to get my bonus. I'm not going to get my bonus for breaking the record. And all his bonuses aren't in the touchdowns. He put it all in running. That's what people don't understand. This is a business too. Being a Hall of Famer, you watching somebody being a Hall of Famer is awesome. You let them play a half, let them get the record. You let the offensive line play and get this record. This is what they've been fighting for all year right now. This is bigger than big. This is big for the offensive line. This is big for the offensive coordinator. The offensive line coach. I get what you guys are saying that, you want them healthy. But you're watching history in the making. History, guys. You're watching history in the making. Half of you don't know who Eric Dickerson is. You're watching history. I get everybody who's like, oh, you don't want him hurt because, there's a chance you could make the Super Bowl. What happens if we're one and done? One and done, because you can't predict the future. If Eagle fans could predict the fucking future, we'd have a lot of goddamn Super Bowls. But you can't predict the future. Can't predict that he's hurt. You know what I mean? Anybody can jump in, man. It's up there in the chat. But yeah, you can't predict the future. Can't predict the future if somebody's going to get hurt or not. He can get in an accident driving to work. He can slip on banana peel, like Mike said. You never know. But you gotta watch what's happening with the Eagles right now. Embrace it. Hardcore, I'm hoping he makes the right decision. I was mad, Hardcore, at what ESPN people were saying, telling him to sit. And it's more as like 94-1, telling there's fans in there's fans wanting him to sit because they want him healthy. And I get the healthy part. I get it. But you also got to be pumped that you're watching history in the making. Because I'm going to be honest. You can freaking put in the chat how many people know and watched Eric Dickerson play. They're going to say, who the fuck is Eric Dickerson? Who did he play for? Well, he played for the Rams in the 80s. 80s. Time for that record to be broken and smashed. Time for the big boy. Let somebody else take over that record and let him be on my team. Don't get me wrong. He could be on Pittsburgh's team. He could be on the freaking Dallas Cowboys. I watched Emmitt Smith play with a dislocated arm. And I said, what the fuck kind of man is that? I watched a Hall of Famer that day. Playing with a dislocated shoulder. Wrapped it up and said, just give me the ball, and I'm going to run it down their throat. One arm, running it down their throat. Not a lot of people know about that, but yeah, Emmitt Smith played a game with a dislocated shoulder. He got hurt bad. He wrapped it up and played to the friggin' pain. You know what I mean? This is the Hall of Fame shit everybody's always talking about. How great somebody is. You're about to watch history in the making. People want to bench him. No, not allowed. Not history in the making. Hey, listen, if he had to get like 170 yards or 160 or 200 yards, you know, I'd say, all right, you know, there's too much. It's 100 yards. And you're playing your old team. It's a rivalry game. And it means more to Barkley when you told him his knees are shot, that he's a has-been, and he don't have it anymore. I need to start playing Madden. I quit. Greg, I quit playing Madden, dude. I was like, dude, how do I catch the ball? Man, dude, I have not played Madden ever since. Who the heck is Eric Dickerson? He was a running back for the Rams in the 80s, late 80s. Jim Brown's a legend. Gregor, yes, Jim Brown's a legend. Guess what? You didn't sit there and say, go sit down with Jim Brown. You don't do that. Hardcore, he can get 70 yards in one run. He has done it. He has done it. He had two 70-yard runs in one game. So 2 runs for 70 yards. Hardcore in one game. But I'm just saying, it's history in the making, guys. History in the making. It's a beautiful thing, and it's in Philly. It's a beautiful thing right now. It is. It's great. You're watching a legend. You young guys are going to call him a legend if he breaks the record. Because guess what? It ain't going to happen for another 50 years. I'm going to be gone. I ain't going to see it again. I'm going to let y'all know this now. If that record's broken, it's going to take another 50 years. And you got young guys are going to be like, I remember when Saquon Barkley went against his own team and got rid of it. And there's a storyline. There's a big storyline, NFL storyline. Giants got rid of him, let him walk. Said his knees are shot. He's done. He's not worth the money. You know where the GM of the Giants is going to be? Jobless. You know where the head coach of the Giants is going to be? Jobless. Because you watched the storyline. You watched it. It is a great thing. It is great what's happening right now. And I can't. I love what I want to watch the Hall of Famers become a Hall of Famer. When Jerry Rice lit it up in San Fran with Joe Montana. I mean, like I watch legends. Legends. And I'm seeing a young legend. Yeah, Mike. Mike's right there. I'm just saying, Mike watching Legends. It's a legend thing, Mike. You ain't never going to see it again. Know what I mean? Everybody needs to start jumping on board about this. I'm beating the day. I'm beating the drum. I'm beating the drum. And I'm going to freaking yell from the highest mountain I can. I hope everybody freaking knows, man. I'm going to beat this drum all the way until we go to the freaking, we go win the Super Bowl. I'm beating this drum. I said when Barkley got here, I said he's going to dominate and he's going to lead the league. And damn, I said with our offensive line, he can lead the league, and he is. Derrick Henry is way behind him. I think Derrick Henry has 1,700. Yo, I ain't shaking that like it was nothing. What I'm saying is, you're watching a legend in the making, guys. You sit a legend, man. That's hard to swallow. That's hard to swallow for me. And I get it. A lot of people are going to sit there and say, well, we don't want him hurt. You know he's getting hurt. You can't always think somebody's going to get hurt. You got to think, oh, man, they're going to break that record in 2 fucking runs and call it a day and sit everybody and celebrate. Bring out the whiskey. Bring out the beer. Celebrate with them. But yeah, like you're watching Hall of Famer. You're watching a Hall of Famer right from Jump Street. Can he be better? And you got to break the record to say you were better than Barry Sanders. You had to break the record to say you were better than friggin' Eric Dickerson. You know, you got it. Listen, 2,000 yards is nothing to sneeze at. If they don't play him, if they do not play him, it's nothing to sneeze at. There's only 9 fucking people ever do it. You know? It's nothing to sneeze at. You know? Derrick Henry is a Hall of Famer, but he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, Gregor. Derrick Henry's a Hall of Famer. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, but he's not a first ballot. I'm talking first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm talking about watching a guy on the field, knowing right then and there, he just got a gold jacket. Know what I mean? You're watching something phenomenal happen. You guys are never going to see it again. I know I ain't going to see it. You guys should be pumped right now what the Eagles are doing. And I love Nick Sirianni saying, we don't know what we're doing yet. Because let them go to the team. Go to the offensive line. Go to our lines coach. Get their opinion. My opinion don't mean shit. My opinion is and I love football. I love my sports, but I love watching the best. I love watching what's going down right now. But Nick Sirianni needs to have a meeting and say, because he gave the guys the day off today. And that's great. They gave the guys the day off because of the win. Have the meeting. Barkley, what do you want to do? Barkley says it right. Don't get me wrong. Barkley's like, whatever Nick Sirianni wants me to do. He wants me to sit, I sit. If he wants me to play and say, go for the fucking record, I'll turn it up and go for the record. I'll turn the juice up, he said. if he whatever he wants me to do, that is a player. That is a player that is for the team. He'll take $1 million, $1.5 million loss just because the team wants him to. I mean, what's happening is Hall of Fame shit. It's nothing to sneeze at. Nick Foles is, by the way, is in the Hall of Fame. Most touchdowns in a game. I think it's most touchdowns in a game. It's owned by Nick Foles. If everybody wants to hear it, most touchdowns in a game is by Nick Foles. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame not once, but twice. Because when you win a Super Bowl, you get in the Hall of Fame. But what I'm saying is, you watch the greatest shit happen. The greatest shit on turf. What's up, him? What's good? Listen, if Barry Sanders, I'm being honest with you, if Barry Sanders never retired, he would have broke everybody's record. Barry Sanders, hands down, was the best. Guess what? He had a competition with the Lions. The organization didn't see it his way, and he retired early. Said he'd rather stay healthy than, anything else. But Barry Sanders retired way too early. And this is things that nobody knows about Barry Sanders. You ready for this? The Lions traded the Baltimore Ravens to Barry Sanders because they were trying to get Barry Sanders back into the league. Nobody knows this, but the Baltimore Ravens own the rights to Barry Sanders now. Like if Barry Sanders would come out of retirement, if he ever came out of retirement, he would have to go to the Baltimore Ravens because the Baltimore Ravens were going to sign him. Nobody knows that, but there's a good one for you. But yeah, Barry Sanders retired way too early, and he would have broke everybody's record. Barry Sanders was a beast. He was one of my favorite players. I love Bo Jackson. I love Barry Sanders. I mean, I like watching Hall of Famers. I like watching a guy become a Hall of Famer. Watching Bo Jackson become a Hall of Famer was awesome. He's awesome. Bo Jackson was phenomenal. Bo Jackson was he's one of the first players that played baseball and football. Bo Jackson broke a bat over his fucking leg and fucking take a helicopter and then go play Monday Night Football with the Raiders. I think maybe Nick Foles. It's more than Nick Foles. Nick Foles owns the record, Mike. Nick Foles owns the record. I forget what it is, but he owns the record. And I'm not a Google guy, so yeah. Star Wars, you're right. That was awesome, Star Wars. You got to give credit to A.J. Brown. He fucked up. The key to his first touchdown pass to him, he threw it into the fans, not thinking nothing of it. But he went like this. Oh, shit. I fucked up. Told the guy, yo, I'll give you my jersey. I'll sign it too. And that was great that the fan didn't run away and just say, all right. He said, what the fan said was, your jersey's worth more than that football is. Did I miss any comments? If I missed a comment, just put it back in the chat. I'm trying. But right now, I'm super stoked to see what the Eagles do. I'm so happy with the Eagles doing. They're going to bring out the brooms against the Giants. They brought the brooms out against the friggin' Dallas Cowboys, and we're having fucking fun. Eagles are having fun. They're having a blast. I need to know if Jalen Hurts is okay, though. And if he can play, you need to play Jalen Hurts. Not just, you know what I mean? Jalen Hurts has been out for too long. You need Jalen Hurts to play. Steve Young did have Jerry Rice. Yeah. But, I mean, he had the greatest friggin' quarterback first. Steve Young had to get the monkey off his back because he had the best quarterback in the game. And Joe Montana, greatest quarterback. Don't tell me friggin' some dipshit that cheated is the greatest quarterback. Not doing that. Goes to friggin' the greatest one, Joe Montana. And I'm not a 49er fan. History in the making. Joe Montana had Jerry Rice first. Yes, Mike. He's like, so did Montana. Yes, Mike. Joe Montana was the 49ers, and then he went to Kansas City. Joe Montana is the GOAT. He is. Got to watch Jerry Rice. Got to watch Joe Montana. Know what I mean? You get to watch the greatest in the game. For the young guys, guess what? You're watching the greatest running back right now playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. He is going to be the greatest running back in the game. But you're watching you know what I mean? You're watching Hall of Famers. And that's the fun part about it, Vic. They hate us because they ain't us. Yep. Fly, Eagles, fly. Vic, you have TJ Watt. All right? He's a Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer. TJ Watt is. Hands down, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But, and this is going to be the question is TJ Watt a first ballot Hall of Famer? See, this is the difference. If Saquon Barkley breaks this record, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. TJ Watt, because of these reporters, Vic, not me, these reporters suck. If they hate on somebody, they're not going to give him the credit that he deserves. And reporters make the ballot of Hall of Fame. It sucks, guys. It really sucks when you get listed into the Hall of Fame that a reporter reports say who makes it or not. Gets to write it down. And I think it's ass. They hate TJ Watt, but he's still about Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. But it's hard. This is the problem. So people don't know this, but reporters reporters vote for the Hall of Fame. Reporters do. Your player could be the greatest in its position. He won't win an MVP. Why didn't he win an MVP? Because the reporter voted that he didn't like him. So he didn't pick him because he didn't like him. He had a bad interaction with him. He didn't give me what I needed to make my clickbait. I think T.J. Watt's a Hall of Famer. That's why I brought up T.J. Watt. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I don't see them doing that because they hate him, and that's one of the problems. But there's a lot of Hall of Famers out there. I mean, there's Hall of Fame wide receivers in there now. They're just letting people go in, and it's not right. It's just not right with the way we're doing it. No one likes us. No one cares. Hell yeah. Listen, Jason Kelsey's going to be a Hall of Famer. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? Probably not, because he's on the offensive line. Vic, James Harrison, nobody liked him. Hines Ward give Hines Ward. There's a lot of players, Vic, last year that got in that I would have gave it to Hines Ward before I gave it to them. James Harrison, I don't see him getting in. And Vic, it ain't because he don't deserve it. It's because of these people voting. The vote sucks, and you need to change the vote. The vote sucks, and you need to change it. But this is what I'm saying, man. Embrace what's going on with your teams. You know? Embrace what goes on with your damn teams. Vic, like I said, these reporters run it, buddy. And they hate them. And when they hate somebody, it's like T.O. Belt Hall of Famer. Played great with the 49ers. Did not have good reactions with the media and did not have good reactions in the locker room. And so the reporters are like, oh, he was a cancer. So that's, they kept on, they didn't go off field. They went behind the scenes in the locker rooms. You're not talking to me, to the media. So here it is. T.O. deserved to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. What he did on the field. But they take it farther than that. And you can't. Yes, Dan Marino was awesome. It's a shame that he never got a Super Bowl. It's a shame. Dan Marino was great. Great. It's a shame that he didn't get a Super Bowl. He deserved one. But guess what? Just because how great you are, he's a Hall of Famer. It doesn't matter how great you are to say, oh, like Barkley right now, you don't put him in. You don't put him in tomorrow, and he could be a first ballot Hall of Famer if he breaks the record. All right? But you don't put him in and you say, oh, we're going to wait for the Super Bowl. What happens if you never get there? Just what if? What if you don't get there? That's why I don't like Jim Kelly. I don't like Jim Kelly, Mike. He went to the Super Bowl 4 damn times in a row. Now, he was an okay quarterback. The reason why they went to the fucking Super Bowl is because their defense. I don't like Jim Kelly, but I don't think he had it what it took to get over the hump. He's like Joe Burrow. Can't get over the hump. Know what I mean? And I will stick with this until Joe Burrow proves me wrong. I don't care you get 5,000 yards, Joe Burrow. I don't give a damn. You can get 5,000 yards all you want. You 8-8. You got to get W's. Dude, Kenny Pickett, MVP of that game. McKee was MVP of that game. Barkley, MVP. Listen, Kenny Pickett proved me wrong. He threw the ball past 10 yards. Listen, I will admit when I'm wrong. Kenny Pickett just lit it up against the Dallas Cowboys. I get it. I just had to go on my Jim Kelly rant because I can't stand him, Mike. And everybody's going to sit there and say, well, look at Jim Kelly. Look at Jim Kelly. Look at Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly got there because that defense was so good. Big Ben's probably not going in the Hall of Fame, Vic. And the reason why Big Ben's probably not going to the Hall of Fame is what happened in the clubs. You know, he added what he did in the NFL. He did some shady shit in clubs. He might never make the Hall of Fame. Star Wars, not just the one backup, both backups destroyed the Dallas Cowboys. And Michael Parsons over there acting like it was only 3 plays that lost them the game. Michael Parsons really needs to go back in that tape and look at it if he thinks it was only 3 plays that lost him that game. But, you know what I mean? Like, Michael Parsons, he got out of hand. He was like, oh, we were only 3 games. We were only 3 plays away. It would have been a different story. Well, again, if it would have been, like, they're on the wish list again. The Dallas Cowboys can't just say, yeah, we played awful. We got spanked. Oh, it would have been different if we didn't give up 3 plays. Vic, Ray, this is one thing, Vic. You're right. But guess what? The media love Ray Lewis. They didn't like Big Ben. They don't like, for some odd reason, you guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Players, do not talk good to the media. And you didn't baby the media. But, I mean, like, it was an awesome year all the way around. Everybody should be excited about the playoffs. I'm super pumped about the playoffs. You know what I mean? I'm super pumped. A little pissed off this morning. I had to get this rant out because I was losing my mind. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there with me. Oh, I got the Lions, Gregor. Even the Lions are hurt, they're still better than the 49ers. 49ers are freaking, they're garbage this year. But I appreciate everybody being in here for so long, listening to my rant. Dude, I've been up for so long, pissed off about this. And friggin', I gotta stop listening to ESPN. I gotta stop listening to these friggin' sports channels on 94.1. I'm going crazy. Now, 94.1 here, everybody knows they're not even Eagle fans. They're fans of different teams. Pittsburgh Steelers. They're fans of the Atlanta Falcons. They're fans of different teams. They're not even Eagles fans that are running 94.1. They're not even Eagles fans. It's crazy. Yeah, we're talking about Hall of Fame stuff, Nick. But yeah, it's been crazy that, everybody is against the Eagles. Gregor, he has some good takes. He has some bad takes. But Stephen A. Smith's funny as shit. You got to give it up to every morning, when after the Dallas loses, when Stephen A. Smith talks and makes fun of him, I love it. I do. I love it. I laugh so hard, and I got tears coming down my eyes because that man got me laughing so hard. But I just hate the Dallas Cowboys. I hate them. I'm super pumped that we swept them, especially with two backup quarterbacks. So you can't sit there and say, oh, we wasn't really trying. Because Michael Parsons over there like, oh, we were only down by 3 plays. Mike, I gotta stop. I really do have to stop, Mike. I'm losing my damn mind. And I get it. It's clickbait. They're trying to get you pissed off. Because they want you to call in. I don't call in. I just get pissed off and I fucking just steam. Steam comes out of my head. My blood pressure gets up and I want to yell at everybody. You guys do beat the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Dallas Cowboys more than I hate the Washington. I really do. I hate Dallas so much, man. I hate Dallas so damn much. It's unreal. I don't care Washington. I don't care who wins that game. I just hate Dallas so much. I don't know if you. I just can't. I can't take it. I can't take the players. I can't take the fans. You know what I mean? I just can't take it. Yeah, that's a good one too, Mike. I do listen to that one. But yeah, I listen to them all. I really do. I'm always paying attention to them. 97.5. I listen to them. 97.5 is down the shore, though, Mike. 102 is up here, but 90 is when you're down the shore, it's 97.5. Hardcore, you never know. That might pull something out of their ass. But it doesn't. Hardcore, let me ask you a question. Are you scared of Washington or are you scared of Green Bay? Or you just don't give a damn, it doesn't matter to you? I'm not worried about Green Bay and I'm not worried about Washington. If I had to say a team I'm worried about, it would be Tampa Bay. Yeah, I don't want to play Tampa Bay. I don't care who we get. I don't want to play Tampa Bay. Yeah, I don't want to play Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay has their number. Be honest with you. I think Tampa Bay has Jalen Hurts' number. I don't want to be one and done. Listen, it's very hard to get to the Super Bowl. Very hard to get to the Super Bowl. You're in the playoffs. It's very hard to get to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's why you can't just sit people just because you might not get to the Super Bowl. No, there's no thing saying if you sit Barkley, you're in the Super Bowl. Nobody can sit there and tell me if we sit Barkley for one goddamn game and watch a Hall of Famer become a Hall of Famer, break a record, you can't tell me. We could be one and done in the playoffs. Well, I think they're going to be playing, Greg. I think they're going to be playing the Vikings. But it depends on what Detroit does tonight and what they do next week. I'll go with that one. That sounds great to me. If Washington can beat Tampa Bay, we can beat Washington. I'll take that one. I don't want to play Tampa Bay. Wawa's in the building. What's up, Wawa? Guys are awesome in the chat. Dude, you guys are so awesome. I just went on my I just blew a gasket today, and I had to do this stream. You guys are awesome for hanging out with me and talking with me. I appreciate all you. You guys are great. You guys really are. You guys are so awesome. I appreciate every one of you. Like I always say, without yous, it'd be just me just yelling about shit. Mike, you're right. He plays mind games with Jalen Hurts. He gets in his head. He really does. He has Jalen Hurts' number. Yeah, Baker's been playing really good hardcore. I mean, don't get me wrong. He does have Mike Evans, and Mike Evans is awesome. Mike Evans, see, here's another one, hardcore. Mike Evans is a phenomenal wide receiver that keeps his mouth shut, never cries about the ball, and just handles his business nice. Like, he's very calm, cool, and collective. He don't cry about the ball. He's always getting over 1,000 yards. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. But is Mike Evans going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? I don't think so. He gets always over 1,000 yards, though, every year. He'll be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, Greg, he's a Hall of Famer, but he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Mike Evans gets over 1,000 yards a year. Every year, he's quiet about it. He don't cry about it. He just does his business, and it doesn't matter what quarterback he has. He's done it with different quarterbacks. I mean, this is what you had. This is what I watch when I see things like this. Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer. T.J. Watt's a Hall of Famer. You know? Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. He did. He got a Super Bowl ring. He's a Hall of Famer. And every year, it doesn't matter what quarterback you throw at, give him, he gets over 1,000 yards. He got over 1,000 yards with a backup quarterback, didn't he? 1 year. But yeah, Mike Evans does it quietly. Doesn't really talk much. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? No. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, though. But this is what I'm saying. Everybody, this year, you're noticing Hall of Famers in this league right now. There's a lot of them. You can name a few. You know what I mean? And it's awesome. Lane Johnson's going to be a Hall of Famer when he's done. You know, you can say almost what the Eagles' offensive line's doing. They'll probably, if Barkley breaks that record, they'll be noticed in the Hall of Fame for something. Hold on. Baker's been playing awesome since he went to freaking Tampa Bay. Everybody thought, and Greg, everybody thought that Baker Mayfield, he left Cleveland, and he was just going to be ass there. And he's been pretty damn good. Not Hall of Fame worthy, but he's been playing awesome. You got to give him credit. He left Cleveland, went there, and freaking he's like, here I am. But you're watching. This is what I love watching sports. I love watching people dominate and showing them how great they really are. All right, everybody. Guys in the chat, I appreciate you. I went on a 2-hour rant and talking Eagles and all. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Hopefully, WYSP Star Wars actually gives them it. Let them get the freaking goddamn record. Hopefully, they even say give them the record. Because in the morning time, they were saying to sit his ass. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. Thank you for you guys in the chat. You're awesome. Everybody that was watching this, you guys are great. Thank you so much. And I will be streaming the 76ers game tonight. I think it's at 10. It's going to be a late game, but I will be on streaming the Sixers game tonight. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. I appreciate every one of you. You guys have been awesome. Like I always say, without yous, it'd be just some old guy yelling about his team. Thank you guys so much, and I appreciate every one of yous. Peace. I'm out. Catch you on the rebound.